The Smashing Machine is a sports movie, a biopic, and an A24 award season movie, but let's be honest, we're all here because we want to know if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can actually act. Dwayne Johnson stars as mixed martial arts fighter and UFC pioneer Mark Kerr, who is a very friendly and affable guy despite his career of beating people to a pulp. He lives with his girlfriend Dawn, played by Emily Blunt, who is sometimes his biggest supporter and sometimes his most toxic trigger. Much like your average biopic, we see Mark as he trains, wins, develops a drug dependency, loses, picks himself back up again. It's kind of a familiar tale, but The Smashing Machine tries to avoid some of those standard biopic tropes. At several points in the movie, we as an audience who are used to these types of movies expect something big and melodramatic, a domestic violence scene, a drug overdose, a crippling injury, something that would heighten the drama for cinematic effect. But The Smashing Machine isn't really interested in doing those tropes. Mark begins the film as a nice guy. He's a nice guy through his rise to fame. He's a nice guy through addiction and rehab, and he concludes the film as, you guessed it, a nice guy. And for that reason, I don't think this character is much of an acting challenge for The Rock. His muscle tone and his facial prosthetics are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. So yeah, his performance is good, but it's not exactly a stretch for him. Now, Emily Blunt, on the other hand, completely disappears into this role. There were a couple times where I had to consciously remind myself that that was who was playing this character. Dawn and Mark have that relationship like so many toxic couples where they know exactly how to push each other's buttons, and it's really fascinating to watch their interactions. So at the end of the day, it's a sports movie that doesn't really have the big sports movie tropes. It's a biopic that doesn't have the melodramatic biopic tropes. And it's an A24 Benny Safdie movie that doesn't really have a lot of the typical indie movie tropes. I absolutely respect the movie for not wanting to fall into all of those tropes, but occasionally it can lack a bit of the spark that would make it more memorable. So for me, The Smashing Machine was good, but not great. As always, you can read my full review on trashwire.com, and you can follow me at Trashwire on Letterboxd.